All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. I'm coming back with you another installment of 99 Ways to Rob. This is part 8, and it is dealing with too little, too late. And that is something that has plagued R. Kelly since the 1990s when you got things that should have been done at the time that it needed to be done, and it was not done. So this is actually a piggyback off of a conversation that I had on Infamous Sylvia's channel, her most recent live. So when you look back over R. Kelly's career, there were so many different instances in which his team failed him, where his team could have stepped in and made certain moves at the time that they needed to be made to nip problems in the bud before they got uh, too big to change course. Like I'll give you an example. Diana Copeland, who testified at trial and who later ended up doing an interview with Michael Strahan on ABC. Come to find out, she was his personal assistant, I think, for like 15, 16 years. So she would have been present during the time when, different types of accusers and witnesses were on the scene that could, finger point R. Kelly at trial. She was there to witness all that. So my thing is, if you're testifying at trial now, and then you're giving an interview on ABC, and you're talking about these things that he's being alleged to have done, that's not something that I never witnessed. It, I was there. Well, it's too little, too late for all that. The time that that should have came out would have been, for example, right directly after Surviving R. Kelly dropped. If she would have came out the very next day or the day after that and say, hey, look, I was there, this is what I witnessed, that stuff never went on, it would have did a great deal toward helping prevent R. Kelly from going through what he's going through. Well, she didn't do that. But guess what happened a couple of days later? Kim Fox came on the TV with a press conference saying that she had watched that docu-series, and guess what that ended up leading to? That call-in line, finding out that she was already hooked up with Avenatti. He messes around and then ends up getting indicted, and the rest is history. So you got a lot of, or another example would be, oh my God, Cash Jones jumping from blogger to blogger, being on their channels, talking about this type of information she had, other type of information that she had, but where was that information at after Surviving R. Kelly dropped? So the key information that individuals are claiming that they had that could have really helped this man out is not being provided at the time that it should have been provided. People handcuffing that stuff on their own, they're keeping it to themselves, and then they release it in a way that benefits themselves. They're not releasing it in a way to where it can benefit R. Kelly. They're releasing it in a way that can benefit themselves. So it ends up being, again, too little, too late. You want to nip stuff in the bud right when it's first happening. You don't want to sit up here and wait where this man has been locked up over 2 years, no bond, couldn't get out. His reputation has been ruined. His legacy has been tainted. His finances have been shut off, depleted, and he's to a point to where he can't even mount a proper defense because of all this that has piled on top of him. You don't come into the picture at that time, with the bombshell information, because it's too little, too late at that particular time. So now you got the government in a prime position to where they got R. Kelly where they want him, and he's finished. So it is nothing that you personally are going to be able to do to come into the situation now and do what you do, and that's supposed to have some type of positive benefit. He was destined to be railroaded because too much time has passed where stuff should have got nipped in the bud early to prevent it from getting to where it is now. So that's what I wanted to point out with this particular installment. Too little, too late. That stuff has got to stop with when it comes to R. Kelly, because all it has resulted in is suffering on his end. So please like, share, and subscribe, comment, let me know what you think. But again, to me, it's just another example of how it eventually leads to the legal system successfully railroading him and his constitutional rights to due process and a fair trial being violated. It's because things that should have been done at the time that they should have been done never ended up being done. And then anything that now ends up being put out is coming at a time where it's too little, too late. So y'all have a good one.